Hey guys, I'm JC Lowry. Welcome to Your Money Making Money, where you can spend your money and keep it too. So I want to talk about Uber. Uber is an IPO coming public this week. It's considered the Godzilla of the unicorns. This guy is going to weigh in between 80 to 120 billion dollars. Okay, this guy is pretty big. Okay, the thing to remember about an IPO is basically a vehicle for insiders to make money. Okay, that's it. They get the deal, and then they decide how many shares they're going to put out there and how many they get to keep. And then there's an agreement made where how much money they're going to sell the shares for. It's a huge boon if you happen to be an insider. Okay, there's a lot of positive spin on this company right now when I hear the news. All they tend to like to talk about is the growth rate and how they've completely damaged the cab industry. But that doesn't mean they're profitable. In fact, in their own paperwork, Uber has stated that they may never be profitable. Never. And they've lost $12 million in the last 5 years. Okay, so the people who ride Uber, the riders, they love it. You know, they say, hey, it's convenient, it's much better than the cabs because people are nicer, but they don't love it so much that they prefer it over Lyft. I mean, people will use either one. They'll go to Uber or Lyft, whichever one is cheaper. There's real no preference. And if some new company comes out, if Bob Cab comes out, they will use that too. So the bullish argument is that eventually, after several years of growth, they will be able to price things that they can be profitable. And the reason this belief is out there is because of Amazon. Because this is what Amazon has done. They lost money for a decade, and now Bezos is the richest man on earth. But Uber is not Amazon, okay? There's some problems there when I hear this comparison. Just because they're big and people throw money at them because they believe in the theory that this is going to work doesn't mean it's going to work. And once it's believed that it isn't going to work, the stock can do this. You know? It can be very, very scary and painful to your pocketbook. Part of the reason I believe this is not going to work is that just because Uber gets bigger and bigger, the scale does not necessarily bring its costs down. It still has to pay each individual driver and whatever tax issues in each market. It just doesn't pan out the way Amazon did. They're not warehousing lots of things into one place, so many people can do more things at once. They will always have Lyft as a competition and possibly even a newer company. And finally, what I keep hearing people say about when the profitability is going to really be magic for Uber and Lyft is when autonomous vehicles happen. That's what they say. Once it's autonomous, they won't have to pay drivers, and they're going to be just raking in the money at that point. So we got to buy the stock now. But I don't believe that's going to happen because of Tesla. Okay? Tesla is in the lead right now, at least, for autonomous driving. So in the short term, the first fully autonomous cars that actually really work well are going to be Teslas. But what a lot of people don't seem to realize is that Tesla has its own ride-sharing network. And in your contract, when you buy a Tesla, they have a clause down there that you are not allowed to put a Tesla in any other ride-sharing network, at least not an autonomous one. So basically, if you want to buy into the future of rideshare, autonomous rideshare that is, you should be buying Tesla. Okay? Because it's coming. Probably 3 years after whenever Elon Musk says it'll happen. So basically, I'm looking at Uber, and I think it could be a disaster. It might be fine, but eventually, I see this happening. I see this stock maybe doing this, but eventually it's gonna come down and reevaluate when its price. At some point, this could be a stock to buy, just like Facebook. When it first came out, I avoided it. I told everybody don't buy it, and then it went up and it crashed, and it actually crashed the market, which could happen on Uber. I mean, everything could be down on Friday because of this. But so please, if you can get in on the deal, get in on the deal. Buy as much as you can, and then flip out of it on the same day. Otherwise, hold your breath and wait it out, because at some point, I pretty much guarantee that you will be able to buy the stock at a much cheaper price. I would give them a quarter or two before we really hear about the information coming out. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you, and please like and subscribe and ring the bell and all that stuff. This was not my plan for my first video, but I just had to get it out. I am going to be this week working on some introduction videos on investing basics and where to buy stocks and how to buy them, and so much. So, and talking about my strategies. All right, thank you, and please come back.